Okay, so you've done your 5 diamonds. Now it's time to put them all together. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to add a new thread in. Okay, and you do that basically the same way as what you did when you cut off a thread and ended one. So I'm going to just go in a few, leave a tail so that I can cut it. Okay, and do the same half hitch reversed to lock the thread in. If I can get in between the beads, and if you have a problem getting in between those 2 beads, move your thread a couple more beads and you'll have an easier time at it. Okay, so I'm going to go up from the bottom, catch that thread through my loop. Okay, go from what I would consider the opposite direction, go through the loop, pull it tight. Okay, and I'm going to just wind a little more. And that knot, if you see my knot kind of is not the prettiest knot and it's sticking out a little bit, do a little tug and it's right back inside the other beads. So I'm going to move up a little bit more here. And again, I always do 2 knots whether I'm adding or ending. And the reason is because often one will slip. This way you know it's not going to be a problem. So I've now added my thread, and it doesn't matter which color you're doing this on or which end of the diamond. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work my thread, again kind of following the path of the thread that's already there, up to the end. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my tail off to get that out of the way. All right, now I am not at the very tip, I'm at the very 2 before that. I'm going to go ahead and use my thread and just move to the next open hole, which is the very, very tip. Okay, I'm going to add 3 of the seed beads, and I'm going to add another duo. Then I'm going to add 3 more seed beads. And sometimes they pop on there easier than other times. Okay, now it doesn't matter which direction you're going, but if you notice that the thread is coming out this side, I want to go in this side, so it's the opposite side the thread is already coming out of. And when you pull it tight, you'll have a little button on the end. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to run back up through it, the 3 beads and the bottom of that duo. Okay, so that your thread is now coming out of here. Then I'm going to move my thread to the tip. And there goes my work. And see, even I get knots. But you just pull it back a little bit and they usually come right out. Very rarely is it an actual knot, and the reason is because you're working with thread that is continuous, and so very rarely will it actually be a complete knot. Now it might be so tight you can't get it out, but it's probably not actually a knot. Okay, so I'm sticking out of the top here of the very tip, and I'm going to add 7 seed beads. Okay, and again I'm going to go in the opposite direction that the thread was coming out. And what this is this is the loop that will add my rings to on one end of the bracelet. If you're concerned, you can go back up through it just to strengthen it. You don't have to. This thread that I gave you is 6-pound fireline, which means it takes 6 pounds per inch to break it, but you can never be too safe, and so if you want to go around again, not a problem. Okay, you're going to drop back down to the bottom hole, and you're going to move through those 3 seed beads and back into the top of the original point of our diamond. That end is finished. Now what you're going to do is you're going to move your thread. Now you can do this in lots of different ways. You can go all the way across, or you can go to the next one and then up again. However you want to do it is up to you. But you need to move your thread so that it's coming out. Again, it doesn't matter which side. And I have that one wrong. The bottom of the Super Duo that's on the edges, okay, away from here. So it has to be the bottom one. All right? You don't want it coming out of the top. You've got to have it coming out of the bottom. All right, now comes the fun part. You're going to pick up 15 of your seed beads. And I'm sorry for the dead air, but I figured that'd be better than counting to mess you guys up. Okay, you have 15 seed beads on there. Remember, you can always pause it if it takes you longer to pick them up. You're going to add on your next diamond by going through the tip of the next diamond in your pattern. And when you do this and you lay them out, they will look like this. You're going to add 15 more. Okay. You are going to match hole for hole. You were in the bottom hole here. You're going to be in the bottom hole here. So you're going to go in through the bottom. And when you pull it tight, you have your first attachment. You're going to then take your thread and move it to the next open hole down the side. So one hole is covered up by the bead before it, and one is an open hole. Okay. Now you're going to add 15 beads. And if you are doing this for yourself later on and you feel that you need to add 20 beads or 10 beads, that's your option. Especially if you use larger or smaller beads than what we're using. You guys got 15s, so you can just adjust it however you want. The ultimate goal is that the tip of one diamond should not touch the tip of the other. Okay, so we stepped down one. We're going to step down one over here. Again, the next open hole. See, this one's covered by a bead, so it's going to be this one. And for this, you're going to just go straight across, if you can. Sometimes it takes a couple of spots to get across there. Pull it tight. Now, one thing to watch is, do you see how the second row is laying on top of the row below it? You have to now stay laying them on top. So we're going to add 15 more. Okay, again, matching even for even. So we went down one, we're going to go down one here. And I'm going to go in and come out the next bead that we're going to do, which is going to be, that's the next open hole. Making sure that I'm laying on top of the stuff below it. Okay, add 15. Okay, we're going to match. Go down to the next one. You should be able to go all the way across. Sometimes there's a knot or something in the way and it's not always that easy to get them push through. Goodness, that one was, there had to have been a knot there. Okay, making sure that it's laying on top. Add 15. Okay, again, matching. Now, you can either go all the way across or come back out that hole, which is what we've been doing. Okay, add 15. Okay, match it, drop down to the next hole. Okay, and sometimes they don't always want to go. I think there's another knot there. So I'm just working my way across instead of trying to do it all at once. But ultimately I'm going to the other side. Okay, making sure that it is laying across the top. 15. Okay, to the next open one. Now, you can continue to do it the way that I have been showing you, or I'll show you a little trick so we don't have to go all the way across. But you have to be careful by doing this. Picking up another 15. Okay, I'm coming to here. I'm going to just come back out and go through this one. Okay, and I'm going to stay on the same side this time. Again, if you need to, continue doing it the way that you've been doing it. I don't want to mess up that rhythm, but if you feel like you can follow along with this, then go right ahead. I'm going to go across to here because this is the next open one. Oh, I am so sorry. I hit the bar again. I have done several of these videos and tried so hard to not hit that, and it seems like every video I hit it one time, no matter how many times I try. Okay, picking up 15. Okay, now I am matching. I am in the last hole, and I'm going to go to what's considered the last hole over here. Okay, but I'm missing one, so I'm going to come back up. This time, if you look closely, I have to go under, meaning that I have to lay these beads under this top one here. Okay, I'm going to go to here. This time I'm going to go all the way across, making sure that those beads get underneath the other side, and I'm just going to follow this set down to the end. Okay, you have now added 2 diamonds together. And I'm going to move my thread to come out of, remember how we started the other end, the bottom open hole, of this diamond. We're going to add 15. Okay, and we're going to add the next diamond in the row. So continue like this till the end. If you can do your little turnaround, do it. If not, I'll show you in the next video how to do it. So this is video 2. I'll see you on video 3.